Hello, this is Thomas, K4SWL here, and today I'm at Johns River State Game Lands in North Carolina. If I'm being really honest, not one of the prettiest sites I've ever been to. I'm always disappointed when I come here. I like to, I believe very firmly in the leave no trace behind ethic, you know, when you're out in the field and in public lands. And this place is sort of a parking area, and hunters and people gather here and they just throw all kinds of trash out. So yeah, there's trash and junk everywhere. In fact, I can't even really get close to the trees over here because there's so many broken bottles and things, which I don't like. But really, this is just a parking, it's a really large parking area over here at the game land. And then people hunt, hunt nearby and that sort of thing. But anyway, I'm here today for a pretty quick activation. I'm doing not what some people call radar, which something like sort of rapid deployment, quick activations. It's not quite radar. I'm only doing 2 sites today that I've planned. One's Johns River, where I am now, and the next one is Lake James State Park, which is about 35 minutes from here. So I thought I'd do at least 10 contacts today, kind of keep it quick and short, and see what I can do. Because I wanted to make a really quick activation, I used my Chameleon Impasse Lite vertical antenna, and it takes me maybe 4 minutes to set that up, if anything. Not as ideal necessarily here, where ground conductivity is not that great. Not as ideal as, say, a wire antenna, frankly. But it's quicker to put up, quicker to do activation. So let's get this thing tuned up. I've actually got the, I don't know if you can see it here or not, but I've got the MAT-705 tuner with me today, and I want to see how well it works with the Impasse Lite antenna, and that's one of the reasons I'm doing this. You may see I've got a computer here. I'm also logging with the computer. I'm also going to write down call signs and CW here on my pad. Today I'm just planning to do CW, but I may hop on the phone bands. I do have internet access here. That's one of the very first things I check when I go to a site, and I've been here before, so I knew I would probably have it. Today, for some reason, the POTA network is not pulling spots from the reverse beacon network, so I can't just start calling CQ like I'm used to doing in CW and be auto-spotted essentially on the POTA network. So anyway, but I do have internet access, so I will spot myself. Let's tune this thing up. So here's what you do when you have the MAT-705 plugged in. You press the function button, go to page number 2, press this quickly, the tuner button. Now it kind of clicked in, and I know for a fact, so I'm on 7063. I've been listening to a long time. There's nobody on there, so I'm going to try to tune it up now by pressing and holding. This is the first time I've ever done this, and I have no clue what it does with the Impasse Lite. Well, got a 1-to-1 basically, or a 1.1-to-1, very, very close. So I will load up now my, I'll go into the keyer, bring up my memories for my CQ POTA. I will spot myself on the network, get my CQ going, and set up my log real quick. I'm hoping I'll have some contacts today. I don't want my hand to be too much in the way of the screen here. So I have this in beacon mode, which you can do with the voice keyer too. You press and hold the memory button, and it'll bring the same memory up and up and up again with like a 3-second, 4-second delay. You can set the delay to what you want. So on my pad here, I'm just going to write call signs. I won't even write the time or anything down necessarily. That's what happens when I get distracted. I sent him good morning and realized it was good afternoon, and then that messed up my cadence there. So I'm going to go ahead and send the back to you 7-3s. Have a great day. Thought I heard SCO. Pennsylvania. You can hear there's some QS Baker going on. You could hear his signal fade up and down. That's called QSB, which is fading, basically. And conditions today are not that ideal. West Virginia, and so this fellow's in West Virginia, N8SCO. I caught part of his call sign before, but he probably didn't hear me reply. He gave me a 559, so I'm not very strong. West Virginia is not always the easiest for me to get here in North Carolina. He came up a little bit. North Carolina. That's even more rare on 40 meters. North Carolina, because I'm in North Carolina right now, it's kind of rare to get North Carolina stations on 40 meters, even during the day. It seems like it's a little long. The path is kind of long for me to hit them. Okay, I'm missing that for some reason. Da da da. Oh, I got it now. KZ. Okay, let me see. He's gonna think I'm crazy. Okay, got it now. Kind of botched that up there a little bit, but you know what? I bet he's understanding because he knows what it's like when you're out here in the field just trying to do things. Ohio again. So I'm up to 6 contacts right now. Only need 4 more for valid activation. Whoops. So you may have noticed I miraculously knew his call sign N3XLS, even though I only heard the last letters of his call, LS. So XLS, I only heard the last bit of his, or only heard the LS of his call sign, but I recognized his fist and I knew the suffix of his call because I've worked him so many times. Mike, K8RAT, is the very same thing. All I needed to hear was his swing of his cootie, and I knew exactly who it was. So that's one of the really cool things, in my opinion, about Parks on the Air. It's like a community of people and friends that are out there. Okay, I'm not hearing anybody else. I'll call CQ a little bit more, but you know what? I've got my 10 now. And today, it's not about racking up a ton of contacts. This is not a rare park. I just wanted to do 2 parks today at 2 different sites. So I'm kind of a little bit ahead of the game. Okay, I think I got this. Tennessee. Again, not always the easiest state to get because it's so close to where we are, but so now I've got 11 with K4OCY in there. So I've got my valid activation plus 1. I'll call again one more time. A lot of people ask me about how I hook my ICOM IC705 up to batteries. If I don't get anybody on this go, I'll be able to finish. Okay, we'll try one more time. Actually, I'll just take a second here, a breather. So this is a battery. This is a battery I actually got off of from Bioenno. They had a sale, around Black Friday or something, and this is a new 3 amp hour battery. I took my 4.5 amp hour battery and converted it to, to a different use. Got this 3 amp hour battery, which will work great. It basically provides 1 amp of power for 3 hours, essentially. So probably here with the 735, I can use this off of an external battery now for, I don't know, easily probably 3 hours doing a POTA activation, or maybe 2.5, I don't know. I haven't taken it to its limit yet. In fact, this is probably its very first outing. Yeah, it is its first outing. I have it plugged in directly. You know, this cable is actually on, attached to the Bioenno battery. It comes with this Anderson Power Pole connector on the end. I put Anderson Power Pole connectors on the end of my IC705 battery cables, and I did that myself. Now, a lot of times in my videos, you'll see that I have a distribution panel, like a little small one. I don't have to have it because the power cord on the 705 is actually fused. It's fused on both sides, which is ideal. Since I'm not adding any extra 12 volt things, you know, the antenna tuner has an internal battery, so I don't need a separate power source for that. I only need the battery for the 705, and I really don't even have to have that because it has a battery attached to it. You know what? I need to see. Yeah, I'm only at half power. I'm at 5 watts right now. I thought I was operating maybe at 10. Yeah, so you don't have to have a distribution panel. You see me with them sometimes and people ask about it. It's not necessary. You can plug it directly in as long as you have a fused line. And what I'm going to do is move up to 30 meters right now. No, you know what? It's the middle of the day. Let's move up to 20 meters. And let's tune this guy. Oh, there's someone on that frequency. Let's see if we hear anybody here while I'm talking. And I may need to actually, you know what? I'll be able to spot myself on this frequency, but I'm tempted. Nah, I'll stick with CW right now. Like I said, I'm not out here for just racking up a ton of contacts today. I just really want to make a quick quick activation. Let's go ahead and tune up here. I hear nobody on the frequency. I've been sitting here for a while. Let's go back to the function menu. Oh, I don't need to do that. What am I thinking? That's right. I've already done one tuning, and as you can see here on the MAT 705, I don't know if you can see this or not, but there are two green lights. When you see those, it's fully connected to the 735, so all I have to do is tap the PTT button on the mic or one of the key paddles, and it automatically tunes, and it tuned that very, very quickly. Let's see what my SWR is. Yeah, 1 to 1. So that's one of the cool things about having a, you know, like the MAT 705, which communicates directly with the 705. People have asked me about this. I just posted a video with my very first review of this unit, and I really like it. It seems to be working well so far. I want to take it in the field a lot more, see how long the battery lasts, that sort of thing. But it's great. There is one sort of issue with it, some people will consider an issue, is that it really can't easily be used with other radios other than the 705. It's designed more like an ICOM ATU, and that it pairs directly with one radio, with an ICOM radio. It doesn't have RF sensing, so you can just hook it up to another radio. Another radio won't be able to tell it to power on. There are ways, I've talked to Matt Tuner, there are ways you can kind of hack the thing to make it work, but they don't advise doing it, and frankly I don't really see the need. This is something that would basically live in the box with your 705 or your Go Kit, so you've got it. Okay, so let me spot myself really quickly. Like I said, normally I wouldn't have to do this in CW. I would get spotted automatically by the reverse beacon network, but at the moment that is not working. So I'll call CQ here a bit, see if I can catch maybe a couple more contacts, then we'll pack up and move on to the next site. And everybody asks me about these paddles. These are CW Morse paddles. It's a great company, CW Morse. I think it's .us. These are called their pocket paddles, and they have quickly become my favorite portable paddles. I also like the N0 SA paddles, though I think they're a little less available. He only makes them in very small batches. They're even smaller than these, but they hit the sweet spot. They feel great. They're easy to use in the field. I don't like having heavy bases on my field paddles because I'm often using a clipboard in my lap and holding the radio, you know, with the clipboard. So these to me are great and easy. I just hold on to it while I'm sending. The action feels great on them, so. Okay, let me make sure my log knows that I've moved. We'll see if we get anybody. So we're still operating QRP power into a vertical antenna with a tuner. It's not always the most efficient way to operate. Really, I'd like to use CW into a resonant wire antenna, but it gets the job done. And if your goal is to make a valid POTA activation, then it very much accomplishes that and more. I wouldn't assume here where I'm located for this setup to snag Sirius DX. It could. I could hit some European stations, and I've certainly used the same antenna to work Alaska in the field, QRP. But you know, if I'm on the coast or someplace with, you know, a large saltwater body, and I'm parked there on the coast somewhere, then yeah, that antenna will do some incredible DX. But here in the foothills of the North Carolina mountains, we don't have good ground conductivity, and so it doesn't work that well. But it works well enough. In fact, it does more than I need. I easily got 11 contacts on 40 meters. If I hopped onto the phone bands and spotted myself, I'd definitely get a lot more contacts. But today, I really don't want to be in the field much more than 5 more minutes before I need to pack up and move on to the next park, because I announced that I would be there around 2 o'clock local, and it's just after 1 local now, and it takes me 35, I think, minutes to get to the next park. I'll need to find a spot there, get set up and everything, and I'll probably be on the air just slightly before 2 o'clock. If I think about it, I'll make a video of that park activation too. hopefully I'll actually have some internet service there. I don't know if I will. So it may not be so successful of an activation. We'll try it here just a little longer. Okay, you know what? I'm going to pack up. Do one more call here. And then what I tend to do is send QRT. I don't think you have to do that for any reason, but it's kind of funny because sometimes I've heard no one answer me. Then the moment I send QRT DE K4SWL, which means I'm going off the air, then someone will call me. Okay. You know what? Since I've got a bit of extra time here, let's see if this Matt Tuner will tune up this antenna on other bands here real quick, because I haven't done this before. Let's give it a quick test. See if I hear anybody on... I'm not hearing anybody on 17 meters. Yep, 1-to-1 match on 17. Let's try 21060. Yep, about a 1.1 to 1. Excellent. I'm not worried as much about hearing other people up here in the bands. These bands are pretty much dead right now. I listen quickly, but it's so unlikely anyone would be on those bands anyway. That's a 1-to-1. Let's try... about a 1.1 to 1. Let's try 6 meters. About a 1.5 to 1. That's the worst, but you know what? That's not bad. This is a little vertical antenna. I don't know if this antenna goes down to 160 meters, but I'll give this a shot. Again, not worried about anyone being here right now this time of day. We're at noon on 160 meters. Not likely anyone's going to be there. 1.3 to 1. That's impressive. Now, that doesn't mean that this would be an efficient antenna on 160 meters. I think the radiator on this is 17 feet. You know, so that's, you know, it's not going to be efficient, but it'll get you on 160 and probably be able to snag you a contact or two. Let's try 80 meters. Or 80. Yeah, 80 meters. Yep, 1-to-1. We've already done 40, and I won't worry. I know it'll do 30. Let's just do it anyway. 30, I need to listen a little bit, though, because this could be occupied this time of day. I can't send QRL question mark because the second I tap my key, it's just going to tune up anyway, so... One to one. Excellent. Okay, well, let's pack up and move on to the next part. Thanks for hanging here with me on this activation, and I'll try to remember to pull out the camera on the next one and do a video of it too. So hopefully we'll see you at Lake James State Park here in about an hour.